Hey, Nocturne, you mentioned you had a comment. Go ahead.
Okay. One thing I just wanted to bring up was the importance of the primaries, um, because there are some unique primaries that you can only get on specific mods. And really, that should be a critical factor when you decide what mods to purchase. For instance, uh, your triangle is the only place that you can get either you can get critical damage. So buying a triangle that or protection for most characters is not a good investment. The three most critical mods are your arrow, your triangle, and your cross. And the reason why is your arrow, of course, is where you get your speed primaries. It's also where you can get critical avoidance, which is good for some tanks. Your triangle is where you can get critical damage or critical chance as a primary, which gives you much higher boosts of those stats than any secondaries you can get. The third thing is the crosses. The crosses are the only place that you can get a potency or a tenacity for the primary stat, and those are huge. A lot of the characters, especially if you're trying to get your potency up to a specific level, if you do not have a potency cross, you're going to have a very hard time hitting a high potency level because you get so much more potency off that primary than you will off the entire rest of the set. So when you're deciding which mods to take, and which mods to invest in. A lot of mods, it's not a good idea to invest more than level 12. Okay, if you have a junk mod, all you want to do is get your stats to boost, and then you don't want to put the extra money into them. If you have a good mod, like a gold or a mod that starts as a gold or a purple or even a blue, a mod that has that critical speed secondary stat, those are the mods you want to invest your money into. And when you're buying mods, always make sure you get the right primaries. The first three, the primaries, are more fixed. You have offense and defense for the square and the diamond. So those are fixed. Those don't change. The circle, basically, you're going to choose between either protection or health. Most characters, you'll always want protection unless it's a character that heals based on health. Any of your healers, you want to boost your health as much as possible. But whenever you're deciding which mods to use, make sure you look at those unique stats, because that's going to cater to your entire set going forward.
Yep, that's good advice. I like it.
I wanted to add something to that too. When you're looking at specific tunes, I just ask yourself, what do you want that tune to accomplish? For example, if I've got Royal Guard, what do I want Royal Guard to accomplish? I want him to stay alive as long as possible. And so I need to load him up with as much protection as possible. What do I want, like, an Anakin to accomplish? I want him to hit hard, so I want that critical damage on him, but I also want him to lay those debuffs. And so that's a tune that I really need potency on. If you don't need potency on somebody, if you have a tune that you don't have any debuffs that you're laying, then potency probably isn't priority for you. So just kind of think through what you want them to accomplish, and that will help you in knowing how to properly mod them. But again, like was aforementioned, it doesn't really matter who it is. You're going to want speed on everyone except for maybe a tank like a Royal Guard or a B2, where their speed is irrelevant. But other than that, speed's going to be on everyone, and critical chance or critical damage is probably going to be on just about everyone too.
Another thing you can do, by the way, is if you look at the descriptions on the 3 attacks for your character, a lot of the characters will have a specific effect. For instance, a buff will land if you crit. Okay, then you know that what you want that character to do is crit as often as possible. Some of the characters will, if you're having trouble landing your debuffs, you want to make sure you get potency. So if you look at what the attacks are of the character, then it's a lot easier to decide which sets are going to fit in. Characters that need to crit to give an effect, then maybe you want a little extra crit chance. A character that has no benefit, like the healers. Your healers always say they're going to heal a percentage of their health. So the more health they have, the more they heal other people. And it's all right there in the descriptions for their 3 attacks.